Good day everyone. So for today, I'm going to discuss the continuation of Teacher as Curriculum Leader in the K-12 Education Reform. So my topic is about the Teacher as Curriculum Leader in Senior High School. So we are familiar with the Senior High School. It was added basically to prepare the Filipinos for global demands. It is a part of commitment of the country to make the educational system at par with global standards. The senior high school program is a 2 years education program added to the 10 years basic education in the Philippines. What is the purpose of senior high school? Um, yes, basically para makasabay po tayo doon sa ibang countries na they have 6 years basic education program in senior high school or in high school. In senior high school, students will choose their own track from academic track, technical and vocational track, and arts and sport track. So, meaning to say, pipili sila kung anong yung mga specialization na gusto nilang kunin. The academic track has for specialization. Ano daw po yun? Humanities and Social Science o yung HUMS, Accountancy and Business Management o yung ABM, Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics o yung STEM, and lastly is General Academic Strand o yung GAS. This track aim to develop the following. Number 1 is life and career skills, learning and innovation skills, information and media skills, and communication skills. So, generally, senior high school program added for the learners preparatory in college and be ready to the chosen field or career. As a pre-service teacher, especially po yung mga nasa secondary major, it was necessary for us to know the full specialization of academic track. So, ano daw po yung HUMS? Ano po yung nakapaloob sa HUMS? O yung Humanities and Social Sciences? This strand is for learners who aim to take up journalism, communication arts, liberal arts, education, and other social science-related course in college. Ang ABM naman daw po, the ABM strand is provide students with the skills and knowledge they need to know work in the corporate world. This senior high school strand is for students who want to become business leader and entrepreneur. STEM naman daw po, this strand is designed for students who desire to pursue college degree centered on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This strand provides preparation for students in using science, math, engineering, and technology to solve real-life problems and additional development. Under the strand, can become a pilots, architect, biologists, chemists, engineers, dentists, nutritionists, or nurses, doctor, and many more. Um, the last one is the General Academic Strand, or yung GAT, is one of the first strand of academic track of senior high school. Unlike the other courses, specific strand. It was a specific strand, rather. General academic is designed for students who are not decided yet on what courses they wanted to take in college. So, to see, um, we are familiar with the senior high school since all of us take that when way back nung nasa high school pa tayo. So, pumili tayo ng course na or na yung strand na mas makakatulong sa atin kung ano yung preparatory natin for college, kung anong kukunin natin kapag college na tayo. So, meaning to say, to promote this track develop the following, yung life and career skills, learning and innovation skills, information and media skills, and communication skills. So, in senior high school, maraming tayong mga subjects or mga tinitake na mga mas makakatulong o mga courses talaga, mga subjects na ma-obtain itong mga goals na to. So, in senior high school, the teacher will need to develop and implemented lessons that are learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate. So, paano po masasabi na learner-centered education yung iaano natin as a teacher? So, learner-centered education recognizes the unique interests and passions of every learner and make them the primary agent of their learning. So, meaning to say, as a teacher, yung focus natin is about the student. Yung primary agents natin dito ay yung learners natin. Yun yung pagpupukusa natin. Kaya nga learner-centered education. So, the next one is inclusive. Inclusive because most of the school in the Philippines is offer an inclusive education or what we call inclusion. It is the education that includes everyone with non-disabled and disabled people, including those with special education needs. That learning together in mainstream school, colleges, and universities. Inclusion education is basically added because for the children not to left behind, the special educational need student, makasabay sila sa senior high school kung kaya pa rin nilang mag-aral. It depends to the unique needs or special needs. Siyempre, dapat yung mga lessons na dapat nating i-implement ay maayos. Kaya nga, mayroong curriculum development and implementation just to make sure the lesson you will discuss to them are really helpful and relevant for the student. It should be smart goals, specific, measurable, attainable, or achievable, result-oriented, and time-bounded. So, dapat, yun, kailangan smart goals yung ating gagawin. Next one is, siyempre, dapat kailangan appropriate yung mga strand or track. When we are teachers, so kung ang focus lang natin ay sa yung, siyempre, kailangan yung mga subjects o yung mga ituturo natin doon ay related doon sa subjects and doon sa track o doon sa strand. Siyempre, magpo-focus tayo kung ano yung kailangan mga lessons o mga discussions na kailangan nating ituro o i-share sa ating mga estudyante. So, dapat daw ay relevant din or appropriate to what is being done or nauukol dapat sa strand o sa track niya. Dapat responsive o tinutugon sa needs or demands ng estudyante. It should also contralize or the context study will be helpful globally. So, to say, it was relevant or appropriate. So, kailangan talaga na yung tinuturo natin ay nakacentralize siya at helpful sa global demands or sa student needs. So, dapat din daw meron tayong tinatawag na pedagogical approaches or pedagogy. It is commonly understood as the approach to teaching on the theory and practice of learning and how this process and is influenced by the social, political, and psychological development of learner. In short, pedagogy is described as the act of teaching. So, ang pedagogy daw ay act of teaching. Kung hindi po tayo pamilya, sabi daw po dito sa Republic Act number 10533, Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, sa under section 5 po nito, yung sa curriculum development, sabi daw po, the curriculum shall be pedagogical approaches that are constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, and collaborative, and integrative. Papahapyawan ko na din po dito. So, ano daw po yung constructivist approach? This is based on the central notion that learners construct their own understanding of the world around them based on experience as they live and grow. Constructivist approach allows learners to be active in the process of constructing meaning and knowledge rather than passively receiving information. It fosters critical thinking and provides learners with learning environment that help them make connections with their learning. Ayun naman yung constructivist approach. How about the collaborative approach? Sa collaborative approach naman daw po is an educational approach to teaching and learning that involves group of learners working together to solve a problem, complete a task, or create a product. Ayun, siyempre collaborative. Ang integrative approach naman daw po ay provides learner with a learning environment that help them make connection of their learning across curricula. It focuses on connection rather than teaching isolated facts. To this effect, pedagogy of integration has 4 objectives. Una, make sense of the learning process, differentiating matters by relevance, applying the learning to practical situation, and associating the learning elements. How about the inquiry-based approach? This approach naman daw po require more than simply answering question or getting a right answer. It exposes investigation, exploration, search, quest, research, pursuit, and study. Inquiry-based approach to achieve the desired outcome. Using this approach, the following strategies can be adopted. Una, simulation, demonstration, experiment, field study, or project or work. So, ito, sa mga research naman siya ginagamit. So, kapag sa senior high school talaga, meron research 1 and research 2. Siyempre, dun din sa Filipino, meron pananaliksik. So, magagamit natin yung inquiry-based approach. Kailangan alam ng teachers kung anong mga approaches o pedagogical approaches na makakatulong o anong mga approach na kailangan para sa ating mga learners. So, ang reflective approach naman daw po ay reflective teaching learning approach means looking at what the teacher and learner do in classroom, thinking about why they do it, and analyzing about it if it works. This is a process of self-evaluation kung self-observation. Sabi daw po, ang mga strategies dito ay self-evaluation and self-reflection. And sa assessment naman daw po ay diary presentation or paper writing reports o yung mga journals natin dito sa reflective approach. Basta talaga lang po natin tatandaan na mayroon tayong tinatawag na teacher-centered pedagogy o yung teacher-centered pedagogy naman, yung position nga ay the teacher at the center of the learning process and typically relies on methods such as world-class lecture, rote memorization, and course answers. So, meaning to say, as a teacher of senior high school, marami talaga tayong kailangan isaalang-alang para sa ating mga student. Kung tayo ay magiging senior high school teacher, kailangan senior high school teacher expert in their own field. So, kailangan talaga na alam natin yung itinuturo natin at kung anong subjects na maaaring makatulong. Siyempre, di ba, kapag tayo ay nasa college, siyempre, may mga major in Filipino, major in English, major in social studies. Siyempre, makakatulong yun, lalo na sa mga secondary majors. Sila yung mga pwede na maging senior high school teacher. So, kailangan talaga na sila expert sa field na to. They will teach courses that will prepare the student for the profession they will choose and provide them necessary skills that they need to become entrepreneur and productive in everyday life. Siyempre, sa senior high school, tinuturo din yung mga sa technical vocational, sa sport and arts, and siyempre ito nga, yung specialization mo na academic. So, pinupropose talaga natin yung mga student to have a better future o kung ano yung matitake nila kapag magka-college pa sila o kung gusto nila na magpipili na lang sila kung mag-business, then magpapatuloy ng college, ganun. So, teacher as curriculum leader will plan, design, develop, implement curriculum appropriate for the student and align to the K-12 basic education program. So, kailangan talaga na dito sa senior high school education program, siyempre, inad na din ito ng government natin, siyempre ng Prof.Ed and ng SED, kailangan talaga na alam natin as a teacher or as a teacher leader na curriculum leader. So, kailangan talaga yung curriculum natin ay naka-specific and naka-base or naka-implement siya na talagang for senior high school, lalo na doon sa mga tracks or strands na kinuha ng mga estudyante natin. Okay, let's move on to our next discussion. It's about the teacher as curriculum leader of 21st century learning. So, ano naman daw po yun? The 21st century is marked with various changes and challenges brought by forces like globalization, changing individual and social value system, economic situation, political issues, cultural diversity factors. Massive influx of information technology, environmental issues, and the increasing amount of the information made available to the public. These factors demand that education must innovate and reshape itself to meet the needs and challenges of the people in the society. Teachers as a curriculum leader play an important role in this endeavor. They need to develop new curriculum new materials, and new instructional designs that will prepare the learners to meet the needs and demands of 21st century learning. Teacher needs a lot of professional and personal updating. Learning in the 21st century will need teachers who possess a high degree of technological, pedagogical, content knowledge, or yung TPCK. Siyempre, bakit po natin to kailangan as a teacher, as a curriculum leader? Kasi 'di ba, teacher dito sa 21st century, ang mga student natin ay mga millennial. So, sabi nga dito, teacher will teach millennial learners who will born in an era where information technology is leading in reshaping the renaissance of the society. It is an era where internet and high technological gadgets are making all the information accessible to the learners. The millennial learners are exposed to all kinds of information and experience in alternative learning conditions. So, ayun nga po. Kailangan talaga na tayo as a teacher ay mag-a-adjust tayo sa ating mga learners. Kasi sila, siyempre, ito yung era na umusbong yung internet. So, madali na lang in one just snap, makaka-collect na, makaka-gather na tayo ng information through Google, saan man magbabrowse lang sa mga social media o mga websites, makakakuha na sila ng mga information. And siyempre, tinuturo rin siya sa senior high school o sa junior high school pa lang, dinidevelop na yung pagiging technology literate o information literate ng isang bata. So, kailangan tayo as a teacher, magde-develop tayo ng mga curriculum o ng mga topics natin na i-present sa kanila na talagang naka-base o nakaplano doon sa ating lesson. And siyempre, sabi dito, Middlewood and Boyton noted that the 21st century teaching and learning will need a completely new paradigm of learning. This new paradigm of learning focuses in developing, siyempre, nandito na unang-una yung critical thinking, creativity, communication skills, and collaboration.